And the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has condemned the recent violent confrontations and attacks at some local government secretariats in Rivers State following the council elections. The police boss has instructed the State Commissioner of Police to take immediate action to restore law and order in the state. This information was shared in a statement released by the Force Public Relations Officer, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Olumiwa Adejobi, in Abuja. The IGP emphasized the force's commitment to maintaining law and order, upholding democratic principles, and promoting peace, unity, and progress across the nation. Well, we have a member of the Rivers Elders Forum, Anabs Sara-Igbe, joining us now to discuss the post-local government poll crises in Rivers State and the need for all stakeholders to rally towards ending the political crisis in the state. Great to have you join me here on Newsday. Thank you so much. Well, it's unfortunate the violence that erupted from Rivers State this weekend. What are your thoughts on how all of it transpired and played out?
For giving the governor wisdom and understanding, also his peaceful disposition in the face of all provocation. I thank God also for the peaceful election and also exposing the wickedness of Nyesom Wike and his people. To start with, the Constitution of this country, 1999 as amended, is very clear that the governor in section 2154 has the right, powers to direct the Commissioner of Police to protect lives and property. But in the case of Rivers State, the commissioner refused to take directives from the governor, but rather they were taking directives outside the government. The governor is the chief executive officer of the state, and the constitution so empowered him. There is no other directives more than the constitutional provision. But the commissioner of police refused to take instruction or directives from the governor. The governor was not provoked. He allowed things to go. So I thank the governor for that disposition and also the bold step he took in conducting this election. At least everybody in this country will now see that the entire state is behind the governor. And the people of Niger Delta, the John nations, are also behind him. So I thank the governor for the bold step. I also thank the likes of Pa Clark, who took it upon himself as a leader of the southern Nigeria, the South-South, particularly the John nation, who took it upon himself to ensure that justice is maintained, the right thing is done in Rivers State. And also Ada George and the Elders Forum for standing behind the governor. You see, what is happening in Rivers State is uncalled for. The constitution is very clear. There cannot be two governors in a state. There should be only one governor. And when the governor governs and leaves, he should allow the incumbent governor, who is empowered by the law, to govern the state. But in the case of Rivers State, the former governor still thinks that he's the de facto governor of the state because he supported a particular candidate to become governor. That is the beginning of the crisis. But the governor up to today is still disposed to making peace. He wants peace. He wants everybody to come together and build Rivers State. It's unprecedented. It's not ready to say, oh, because you have done this, I'm not going to forgive you. He has forgiven everybody for what he has said. He has forgiven everybody, and let's come together and build Rivers State. The purpose of burning, the issue of burning a secretariat, shooting gun, is uncalled for. What do you come to this world with? You come to this world with nothing. And we shall leave this world without anything. We came with empty hand, and empty hand will go. What are we looking for? We have opportunity to govern. You have governed. Let the other man govern, and let the people of Rivers State have peace and enjoy themselves. You said no. And the Lord has disgraced you. The Lord has humbled you. I will appeal to Nyesom Wike to realize that you cannot fight God. You cannot make yourself God. And any time you go against God, he will humiliate you. And the election of Rivers State has proved that. The governor is now in charge. The so-called structures have been dead and buried. You grab PDP, you grab APC, one man in the APC, PDP, so that the governor will not get a platform to contest. But another window opened, and he has proved to everybody that those structures are dead. So let us believe in those things. Let us accept it the way it is and bring peace to Rivers State. That's what we need now.
And
let's work with the governor. Everybody, team, we come together.
And we will talk about peace in a little bit, but I want to talk about the role of the police. Do you feel that the police chose sides and were indeed not neutral and might have exacerbated some of this crisis?
I said the Constitution empowers the governor under Section 2154. It says the governor will give directives to the commissioner of police to maintain law and order. But in this case, the police refused to take instructions from the governor. And they are rather taking sides with Wike, which is unconstitutional. They were so biased. It was so obvious. If you look at even the crisis, it is like a pre-planned event. As soon as they left, people came in, started burning, causing problem. The police have a role, constitutional role, to maintain law and order. They are to maintain peace, not to take side. But in this case, in the case of Rivers State, it is obvious to everybody that they are partial. And until, I'll tell you, the leadership of Niger Delta did not rest until the day, on the fortnight, when the NSC give directive to the Inspector General of Police before he was meant to withdraw the tactical support for the other group. How can people be burning and police are there? How can people be destroying and the police are there? They are doing nothing. They fold their hands. This is not done anywhere. The Nigerian police cannot just be folding their hands and see people committing crime, people shooting guns. And Nigeria police are empowered by law to arrest those people. And nobody has been arrested. Nothing else has happened because they are not supporting the governor, because they are supporting somebody outside the government. That is not fair.
It's truly unfortunate.
There were other elections in the state. There are other elections across the country. We never had things like that. Why is Rivers State different?
And
why must we have Rivers State as a different country? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It is.
If I have my way, I think the Inspector General of Police should be sanctioned.
Well, it's an unfortunate situation, but in the spirit of moving forward and, of course, trying to restore peace within the state, what are some lessons that have been learned, and what is some of your advice for the players that are currently in Rivers State at the moment?
The lesson learned is humility. Everybody should humble himself. Thou shalt not boast of tomorrow. Somebody boasted, he will do this, he will do that, he will show this, he will show that. At the end of the day, all the boasting become nullity. So you don't boast. The Bible is against boasting. We are Christians. We don't need to boast about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own cause. Tomorrow has proved that the boasting is nothing. All the boasting, all the threat, they are nothing. Why can't we learn from that? And come to make peace. Surrender. The former governor has been defeated. He has made himself to be dismedified. People thought he was invisible. Now he's visible. He was mighty, but now he's nobody. I don't see how Tinubu can still keep him, because if Tinubu is open to get Rivers State through Wike, well, it's unfortunate. He cannot get that, because they are proving that he cannot even win his word. His own word he cannot win. Somebody who cannot win his word, then what is the boast for? So we should not boast of tomorrow. We should humble ourselves before God and man. Let us try to do what is right. Play your role like a masquerade. When you play your role, you go for others to play their role. Not to cause confusion, not to be shooting gun because you have power, because you are a minister, or because you have money, stolen money. These are things that will go as vanity upon vanity. Solomon saw all this and he said, everything is vanity. We are in this world, we will all pass through this stage and we'll go. Great men came and gone. Alexander the Great and so, they've gone. We will also go. So why are we killing ourselves? Why are we fighting over nothing? 8 years you were a governor. You have gone. Somebody has come. Allow him to rule. Let Rivers people judge him. If he performs well, fine. If he doesn't perform well, they will score him. Not to cause confusion everywhere. I will appeal to Wike and his team. Please, we are one Rivers people. Let us work together. Let us make peace in Rivers State so that Rivers State will grow. That's my advice to them.
And in order to maintain this peace agreement, what needs to be done? That's the first question. Who needs to be sat down? What discussions need to be had? And the other is knowing that Governor Wike or Minister Wike seems to be losing out in this battle. What is the future for him within Rivers State, according to Rivers State people?
There is no victor, there is no vanquish. The governor is willing to accommodate everybody. The governor wants everybody to come together. The elders of Rivers State are ready to make peace for two of them, if Wike will submit himself. We want peace. We don't need anything war. War will not help us. What can develop Rivers State is peace. Rivers State was at par with Lagos. Lagos has gone far ahead of us. We must concentrate and see how we can build an economy. We have the oil well, everything is around us, yet we are not developing. Poverty is all over the place. Let us make peace, advise the governor in any way you feel you can advise him so that we can move forward. We don't need this war again because he will still lose. If Wike says he wants to fight, he will lose. How many did he have? We have seen his strength. Nigerians have seen his strength. He has no strength. He has nobody behind him. Only the thugs that are working with him. And they will all fade away with time. So the best solution, my advice to him, is to make peace. Same is the governor of Rivers State. People of Rivers State have supported him. The Niger Delta have supported him. Nigerians have supported him. The Ijaw Nation is totally behind him. I want to tell you one thing. The Ijaws are the most populated people in Rivers State. They are in 12 local government. The Ijaws are in 12 local government. They have the population. They have the people. They only allowed the Ikoris to rule. And if they rule and they behave like this, you are giving the Ikore a bad name, which is not fair. They are allowed this, the attitude of Wike and co. is making people to blame Graham Douglas for the good thing he did by allowing others to rule. Please, let us come back as one family and ensure that peace reigns. Let us develop Rivers State, not to fight. Those fights will not go anywhere. The local government election has come and gone. If you don't like it, go to court. The Chief Justice has already set up a committee to look into it. But the law is very clear. If you don't contest election, you cannot challenge election. So if you are not contest election, how do you want to challenge election? So we don't know. Local government election is under the state high court. It's not under the federal high court. So for a federal high court, we don't know what federal high court is doing with local government elections. But that is all and gone. And the Electoral Act is very clear. You cannot stop election. You cannot. No court has right to stop election. Even Section 215 is very clear that if a governor gives directives to the police, no court has the right to interfere or to investigate it. That is the power of the governor. But if they don't want to see, let them see, let the police see it, let Wike see it, let everybody who don't understand the rules go to the Constitution, go to the Electoral Act, and understand it clearly. The governor has conducted an election accepted by Rivers people. They came out in their numbers and they have voted. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The people have spoken. Let us obey it. There be peace. Come together as one family so that we can move on. The governor hands are open. They are open. It's free. He still has a love for this man. I don't know. But with all the things he's doing to him, the governor still loves Wike. I don't know why Wike hates him so much. It's pride. Let him live his pride and come down and let's work together and develop Rivers State.
We sincerely hope cooler heads prevail within this situation, seeing that all of Rivers is being held at collateral for this. And just before I let you go, is there any advice you have to give the governor right now, Siminalayi Fubara?
Well, my advice to the governor is to see that he's the father of the state. He should embrace everybody, but must be very careful. He should be very careful with the kind of people he relates with. And I know it's not the man who talks anyhow. is a man who studies situation and the wisdom God has given to him. Because I remember when we were angry at the time, we said, leave it. We just calm everybody down. That the situation will take control of itself. Let him have that that attitude in him, the ability in him, and continue to rule the state with the fear of God. God will stand for him. The people will stand for him. The elders will stand for him. I will still thank Per Clark. Despite all the insult, he stood behind the governor. Other judge, despite all the insult, he stood behind the governor. Rivers people, I thank you very much. I clap hand for you. Kudo to Mr. Governor. Kudo to Rivers people. We are proud of you, Mr. Governor. We are proud of you. You are the true Ijaw man. We are proud of you for taking the actions that we're taking that to show that indeed you are the governor, that you are not the coward.
And on that note, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Rivers Elders Forum member Anabs Sara-Igbe, thank you for joining us on Newsday.